Our brains contain all memory. Our brain holds our consciousness. Our consciousness makes up the content of our consciousness, makes the brain, makes consciousness. That is the content, which is our anxiety, our fears, our beliefs, our superstitions, our faith, our quarrels, jealousy, hate, fears, sorrow, and the search for truth, all that is part of our consciousness. Right? Clear? Your consciousness is what you are. Your consciousness is not separate from you. You are consciousness. Your feelings, your emotions. What's the matter? With your sentiments and so on. The whole of that consciousness is in turmoil, confusion, constantly changing, but it's limited. That consciousness is what you are. Right? This is a fact. Look at it. You don't have to accept what the speaker is saying. I'm sorry about my voice. That consciousness is me. Right? That consciousness is the self-interest. That consciousness is the ego, the personality, the characteristics, the tendencies. That is the whole content of our consciousness. Right? Its reactions and actions, its appreciations, depressions, loneliness and all that. And we say, is that the end of death? My consciousness dies too. Or will it continue? That's what you are interested in, right? No? Aren't you interested in continuity of yourself? Or you want to end it quickly? Surely we all want to think and long for a continuity. Otherwise you would never talk about reincarnation. Reincarnation implies that which you are now, not having all the opportunities, all the things, perhaps next life you will have it. A better house, more refrigerators, better cars, more power, or if you are religiously inclined, little more saintly, more moral, not so corrupt. But it's the same desire for continuity. Right? We all want to continue. We never questioned what it is to continue. You follow my question? We have never asked ourselves, what do I mean by continuity? Everything is changing. Our cells, our blood, the cells in the brain are constantly dying, renovating. And what we mean by continuity is all the memories which we have collected, all the beliefs, all the experiences, the pain, the sorrow, the loneliness, the despair, all that we want it to continue. Because we want to continue the meal, right? Is the speaker saying that something false or true? Don't become suddenly silent. Everybody longs for this continuity, which is continuity as security. And if there is death, is that the end of everything? Right? Now, what do we mean by ending? Let's go and talk about it a little bit. Have we ever ended something voluntarily? Your anger, your jealousy, your aggression. Have you ever said, I'll end it? Not tomorrow, but now, completely end it. But our brains are conditioned to the idea of gradation, gradualness. Therefore, we never end anything. Right? For example, one is attached. Attached to an idea, to an experience, to some form of ideal. Aren't you? To some form of a concept which the thought has created, and we cling to that as security. So that we are attached to a house, to the family, to a name. And where there is attachment, there is anxiety. There is fear. There is jealousy. Insurance and mortgage. All the implications of attachment. And death says that's the end of it. Right? I may be attached to my wife, to my friend, to my family, and death comes along and says, it's over. Right? Now, and we want to remain attached all the time through next life. Right? I've lost my brother or my son, and I hope to meet him in next life. Right? Don't you feel all these things, or am I talking to myself about nothing? And there's a continuity in our life through attachment. Right? And to voluntarily say, I will end attachment. Have you ever done it? So we're asking, and you're asking too, do we voluntarily ever give up anything? Not for a reward, for itself. And you don't see the beauty of ending something complete. So, ending has great significance. Right? Now the question is, why have we put death at the far end of one's life? Because we cling to what is known. Death is unknown. And we rather live with all the turmoil we have, all the misery, the confusion, and the longings. We rather have that which we call life, living, and avoid death as far as possible, right? At the end of everything. We are asking you as a friend, can you live with death while living? You understand my question? That is, when I die, not only the organism is cremated or buried or whatever that his friends do to him as when he dies, and that is the end of everything. Though we may want a continuity next life, but that's the actuality of the end. Now, death means that, to end. Right? Can you live with death and together, life and death together? Have you ever asked that question? Will you ask it now as a friend? That to end attachment now, not when you die. Can you end your fear now, not when you are gone? So is it possible to live? This is a very serious question. Please do pay attention to it. I'm telling my friend. To live with that. Not commit suicide, I'm not talking that. But living with death means ending everything every minute. All that you have accumulated as memory. Of course, you cannot leave your house because you have got to pay mortgage, insurance, and you have to have a shelter. You can't let that go, or your job. Then you will be unemployed and all the misery of it. Or you join a community or become a sannyasi, a monk, who has they also have their misery. So can I live every day with death. That means ending my experience every day. Only the memories of those experience and knowledge, that there, physically they are necessary. Psychologically, can I end the memories? That is death. Death is going to tell us at the end of our life, boy, you can't carry your memories with you. So, to live with death all the time, it's a marvelous thing if you do it. This is not a reward. Because our memories are entirely in the brain, in the very cells of the brain. And memories which are the past is gone, dead. Memories are no meaning really. But yet we are full of memories, which is our knowledge. You understand? This is very important. Can you end knowledge today? Not the knowledge of doing carpentry and technological things, but the memories, the knowledge that you have carried. Can you? I'm asking my friend who is sitting beside me. I'm asking him. You have to have memories to do certain things in the physical world. Psychologically, don't carry a single memory. You understand? Not a single hurt. Not a word of hate or the feeling of hate or seeking power, position. Power is evil. Whether it's a political power or the power you have over your wife or husband. Any form of power or near power, being near a power is evil, ugly. And when you end all that psychologically, that means to live with death all the time. Does it mean anything to you? Or you'll always be afraid of death?